Well, hello, my name is Gant and welcome back to Ace Academy. Last time, we were hanging out on the daycare with Callie and we saw a different side to her, man. She was like, I don't know, smiling, which is weird. And then, we were a butler for a maid cafe event with Nikki, and I didn't like it because it got really gross. It got really Alabama, you know what I mean? Because of her friends. Now, we continue the video. The morning sun gently pushes me out of sleep. I yawn and stretch, feeling fully rested. After my roller coaster of a day yesterday, actually, make that my roller coaster of a week. I'm just happy to finally have a day to relax. I take my time, get out of bed, and when I check the time, I realize it's already past noon. Good thing there's nowhere I need to be. Shrugging it off, I get lost in the deep recesses of the internet. Probably watching anime. Before I know it, the day has passed. Doing nothing can be sure exhausting. As I'm about to go to the kitchen to grab a snack, my phone rings. It's a call from Nikki. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen her all day. Finally, shit. Of course, I answer. Hello?
Thank God you're home.
She speaks quickly and seems almost out of breath.
Can you pick me up from the bookstore?
The what? Her voice is grabbled, and I can hardly make out what she's saying. What? She pauses and there's a lot of movement on the phone before she speaks again.
Please, can you get me?
Where are you?
At the bookstore.
Her voice is clearer, but she sounds scared. Be there in a minute. Something doesn't seem right. Yeah, no shit, Captain Obvious. Alright, I'll be there in a few minutes. Nikki sighs in relief.
Thanks.
We hang up the phone and I hurry back to my bike. Nikki would tell me if she were in danger. Wouldn't she? I try not to dwell on the thought, but pick up the speed anyway. Luckily, traffic is on my side, and I arrive a few minutes earlier than anticipated. Nikki waits for me beneath a street lamp, a few feet away from the bus stop. I can make out Ken's dark mop of hair besides her. It's a little strange that she's not under the bus awing. And what's Ken doing there? Nikki straightens up as I slow down, freckled with bloodstains. Wait, what the fuck? Flecks of blood stains her clothes, and dark bruise marks her skin. Ken steps into the light and greets me, and I wince when I see him. His left eye and cheeks is puffy and starting to turn purple. What the fuck just happened? Blood drips down his face from a cut at his temple. He must have been trying to clean it because his forehead is smeared with streaks of red. What the hell happened here? I park my bike and rush over to them. Nikki throws her arms around me and hugs me tightly.
So glad you're here.
Well, she's not bleeding, look at me. Oh my god, Nikki, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're bleeding.
No, the blood's not mine.
Oh, so you won the fight. Is it Ken's? Oh, I'm a pendejo, I'm sorry.
No.
You look like hell. He tries to smile, then dabs at his swollen lip. His fingers now stained with fresh blood. He holds himself stiffly and leans on the lamppost for support.
He saved me from those guys.
What guys?
I don't know. There was a group of them. 3, I think, waiting for the bus. And when I showed up, they started saying all these things about me. They were being so gross and creepy, but I tried to ignore them because I figured the bus would be there soon and it wouldn't matter. And then one of the guys tried to put his arm around me and freaked out. And I guess I pushed him and he got really angry. And then the other guy grabbed me and...
Ken, you better kill them. I better see him like a dead body, like a couple, you know what I mean? Like bleeding, some dude bleeding to death, like maybe a couple blocks from here, Ken. Like, I don't fuck around like that. You know what I mean? No one fucks with familia. My blood runs cold. He what? Did he hit you? Are you hurt?
No!
Nikki's voice trembles and her eyes glitter with tears. I'm about to pull her back into a hug when Ken slips his hand into hers and squeezes.
Ken intervened before anything could have happened.
He glances at Ken, smiling broadly.
He came barreling out of the bookstore, screaming at that guy to let me go, and then he punched him right in the face.
Damn right he did.
The guy was super angry, and he and his friends ganged up on him.
How did he get your bruises then? She frowns.
I tried to stop them from ganging up on Ken.
You what? What were you thinking joining the fight? You could have been seriously injured. Nikki sets her jaw.
There was no way I was going to let Ken fight them alone. Especially not when this fight only happened because of me.
Damn right. You fight. You know what I mean? Eastels, man, you gotta throw down. You know what I mean? Even if you're weak or scared, you gotta throw down once in a while. Remember, kids, throw down once in a while. Don't back down. Fight for your, you know what I mean? For your SO, for your friend, family. You're not gonna just sit back and just watch someone get hurt. If it's someone you care about, you're gonna have to step in. Doesn't matter if you're a girl, a boy, or anything other. You just gotta step in and throw down. I'm too stunned by her outburst to reply. Of course, I'm not pleased that she put herself in danger, but a part of me is also a little proud. Fuck yeah, I'm a little proud, I'm not gonna lie. And my sister, you know what I mean? Like, cause they didn't lose. Because if they would have lost, I think I would have to step in and kill maybe one or two of those guys.
But I didn't really need to help.
I raise an eyebrow.
Ken beat two of them up by himself. The third one had to help them up so they could escape.
What? I looked skeptically at Ken. I wouldn't say he's scrawny, but he's no muscle man either. Ken shifts nervously. I think I still make him uncomfortable.
I have some experience with martial arts.
What do you mean, some experience? You're a second dan black belt!
What the fuck is second dan? Is like karate or something? He's a what? I clearly was not expecting that. You threw yourself in harm's way to protect Nikki.
Of course!
Damn right, of course. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you gotta protect the people you care about. Ken maintains eye contact and answers with conviction. Nikki blushes.
Anyway, I told Ken he should go back inside, but he refused.
It's not safe for her to wait alone.
Okay, first of all, how about you two go inside the bookstore? Not just, you know what I mean? I take another look at Ken. At the Ken. Respect? No way he fought off 3 guys alone. I should have been here. I think it's respect. I'm not gonna lie. I should have been here. That's another reaction that's a good one too, but respect for a guy to, like, you know what I mean, protect your family. It's respect. Because he didn't really have to, you know what I mean? You, like, in this, it's like your family. You have no obligations to help anyone. Well, even if it is your family, because some people are assholes. You have no obligations, you know what I mean? But it's the care that you have for the people you love. That's respect. There's a fire in his eyes I'd never noticed before. When he looks at Nikki, he isn't that timid kid trembling in his boots. He looks like someone who's willing to make mountains, who's willing to move mountains. I meet his eyes and nod. Thanks for being there for her. He blinks in surprise, but nods back.
I only did what anyone would have done.
Don't be so modest. You were amazing out there.
Yeah, and like, seriously, kid. Not anyone would have done that. Some people would be too scared and hide back. Some people would just be like, I didn't see nothing and just walk away. It is the few that's like, you do something. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's your girlfriend, but at the same time, it's like, there's some people who just wimp out and just like, cower while their girl's, you know, getting hurt or something. It's true respect right there. Yeah, this is a depressing episode. Well, it is. Ken shrugs awkwardly, then winces in pain. Are you sure you're okay, though? Maybe we should take you to the hospital. He shakes his head.
I'm fine. Nothing's broken.
I look him over. I don't know about that.
I told him we should call an ambulance, but he refused.
I promise I'm okay. I'm sorry for causing you such trouble.
This kid. This is one of those rare times I wish my bike could fit more people. Do you at least have a ride home?
He let me call his brother to come pick him up.
We'll wait here until We'll wait here with you until he arrives. Damn it, man. Yeah.
I appreciate the thought, but I would feel more at ease if you took Nikki home.
No. We're gonna wait here for you. We're gonna stay with you. What the fuck? Like, they could always come back. You know how people are when they're pissed. Nikki shakes her head.
What if they come back?
I know my brother will be here in a few minutes.
I can't afford to wait a few minutes. No, I could afford to wait a few minutes.
Me too.
I glanced at the dimly lit bookstore. Is the bookstore still open? Maybe we could wait inside there.
They're probably in the middle of closing.
I'm sure your coworkers will let you back in. They're probably wondering what happened to you anyway.
You work there? Ken nods. Dude, what the fuck are you guys waiting out here for? Then let's definitely get you back inside. Realizing he's fighting a losing battle, Ken agrees.
Okay.
It's still Kenyan. I just read this shit again. Sorry. Nikki and I go to support him, but he manages to walk by himself. As we head into the bookstore, his coworkers rush out to help, each asking questions about what happened. Nikki and I sit with Ken as we wait for his brother to arrive. Nikki fusses over Ken, and he lets her. As I watch the two of them, I pay close attention to Ken. He's calm, respectful, and polite, but most importantly, he makes Nikki smile. To be honest, this would be my approval right here. This right here would be my approval. Like, if this never happened, I would be like, I'm not convinced. Like, I'll give him like a month or two. But, you know what I mean? I approve. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I approve, young one. I approve. Hey, Ken. Can I talk to you for a second? He looks up at me with wide eyes. The very same expression that he wore the first time I met him.
Sure.
Amused, I lead him to a quiet area behind the shelves. I'm trusting you to take care of her. Are you serious, my dude? He's like, what? He blinks blankly before his eyes open wide again. As his face goes pink, he bows at a perfect 90-degree angle.
Of course. Thank you for your trust.
You don't have to bow, like, my dude, like, alright? He returns to an upright position.
Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Sorry.
I glare at him and he shuts up. Huh. This is kind of fun. I think I may actually enjoy this turn of events. Okay, let's go back. Nikki bombards us with questions as we return.
What was that all about? Why wasn't I invited? Why did Ken bow?
Dude. I don't know why you bow. And 90-degree angle. Yeah, Ken, why did you bow? I grinned devilishly at him, daring him to answer.
It's because he's,
You could tell her the truth, it's like, I'm not gonna get mad. Or maybe I will.
my senpai?
I have never done that before. I've never felt the stupidity coming off my screen right now. Like, I just slapped my face. I fucking facepalmed, man. Nikki stares at him blankly, then shifts her attention to me. You know what, Ken? I am unconvinced right now. Like, you're cool and everything for helping her, but you're still pendejo.
What did you do?
Nothing at all. This guy's just being a weirdo. What the fuck? Isn't that right, Ken?
Of course.
Nikki pouts, but I can see the trace of a smile. I guess he's glad we're finally getting along. A few minutes later, Ken's brother shows up. He convinces Ken to go to the hospital and thanks us for our help. With Ken safe, we head home. Nikki lets out a huge breath when we step into the living room. Her face is unusually serious. She's hanging her head and stares at her feet.
I'm so sorry.
Why?
If I hadn't gone to visit Ken, I wouldn't have lost track of time and stayed out so late, and then I wouldn't have gotten into this mess and made everyone worry.
Nikki, what happened wasn't your fault. No, it's not your fault, it's those fucking assholes. Like, I don't understand the mentality. It's like, it's like, if a woman gets attacked, it's her fault. But if a robber robs the bank, it's not the bank's fault. You know what I mean? If someone gets robbed, it's not the victim's fault that he got robbed. You know what I mean? If someone gets mugged, it's not the person who got mugged's fault. But it's not your fault. Like, shit, man. It happens to everyone. You get attacked, you get mugged, you get your ass kicked. You know what I mean? It happens. You just need to be prepared. You know what I mean? And hopefully, and good thing that nothing really happened right now. All we can say is, you know what I mean? That next time, you be safe, and hopefully the cops get the assholes, you know what I mean? Or something bad happens to them. Damn, this is really depressing. I just need a, give me a minute. Okay. Alright. She glances up at me.
But if I...
No, none of this is your fault. What happened is the fault of those guys. And if I ever find out who they are, I'm going to finish what Ken started. She smiles weakly and nods.
I think I'll go take a shower.
Sure. As soon as Nikki goes upstairs, Kaito pops his head out of the kitchen.
Is Nikki gone?
Yeah. He pauses and gives me another look.
Did something happen?
I debated telling Kaito about the incident, but I don't want him to needlessly worry. He looks like he has something else on his mind. It's fine. What's up?
I heard back from the PI.
What did he say?
Ezra Wilson.
The drunk driver.
Yeah, what do you really know about him?
He and Dad used to work together at Midori Energy. They were on every project together. They worked? It says they were on every project together, and he used to come to the house all the time while we were growing up. I thought he and Dad were friends. My voice trails off. His blood alcohol was far over the legal limit. It's not like the cops could ask him about it due to his coma, nor was there any evidence which indicates this was more than a cut-and-dry drunk driving accident. There was no incentive to investigate further, so that was all that was listed in the report.
Well, it turns out Ezra was stalking your father.
Why? I frowned. That doesn't make sense. They saw each other every day at work. Why?
The PI read about a huge fire at Midori Energy the week before your parents' accident. He spoke to a few people and found out that the fire destroyed important documents which contained all the research for Midori's latest project.
I racked my brain. I think I remember hearing something about that fire.
The documents which were destroyed was your father's and Ezra's research.
Dad's research? I tried to recall right before the accident. He seemed a little more worried than usual, but otherwise didn't give any indication that something was amiss. Shouldn't he have been devastated by something like losing years of research? Was he trying to protect me? Or something else? Or was something else going on?
Ezra didn't take the loss well. Right after the fire, Ezra accused your father of purposely sabotaging him by setting their research on fire.
Dad wouldn't do that. It was his research too.
Right. It didn't make sense. Nobody believed him and they chalked up his breakdown to stress. But he wouldn't let it go. He accosted your father many times at work demanding answers. It got so bad that he was assigned a leave of absence by the company.
Ooh.
On the day of the accident, your parents had lunch at a cafe.
Oh, you're not gonna read the next part? Nikki called them, asking for a ride. Yeah, I remember.
The PI asked the waitstaff if they remembered seeing your parents there, and they did. Ezra too.
He was there?
Yeah, he'd followed them there and was already clearly intoxicated. He demanded that they pay him all the money he would have made upon completion of the project.
He said your father owed him.
Obviously, your father refused and continually maintained his innocence. Ezra became so disruptive, the manager had to forcibly remove him from the cafe.
I fucking hate this where it's like, I gotta read it now. Your parents seemed shaken but tried to finish their meals as if nothing happened.
That's when they received the call from Nikki.
And I guess Ezra tried to tell them but ended up running them off the road. Kato nods, looking more grim than ever. Something doesn't add up. What research is important enough to kill over? And if Ezra was driven to madness after losing his life's work, why was Dad barely affected? Then, there's the convenient timing of Akira's copycat core. How much time has passed since the accident? Since the fire? Enough for the company to piece together just enough of the research to turn a profit. Uncle Kato. He looks at me. I think the research that killed Dad has something to do with my core. He hesitates, then nods slowly.
You might be right.
Wasn't there an encrypted piece that Valerie wasn't able to unlock? Maybe that can make sense of all of this. I need to take another look at it. I need to go look at my core. Uncle Kato doesn't try to stop me.
You do what you need to do.
Just be safe. Thanks, Uncle Kato. For a second time today, I race to the garage and hop on my bike, then I drive to Ace. The campus feels even more empty than usual. Even though it's after hours, I have no trouble swiping into the hangar. All is quiet except for the sounds of my footsteps. I cannot get to Eagle fast enough. As soon as I do, I plop down at the terminal and boot up the computer. I followed the instruction Valerie left for me, and I'm greeted by the password prompting screen. She showed me earlier. She said there was a hint here. Let me see what it says. The screen sorry. I need to burp. The screen is a scrambled mess of words, with no rhythm or reason to them. I read through a couple of times, making sure my eyes don't skip any words. Most of the words mean nothing to me, but a selected few stand out. Okay, let me see. Let me read it. Cricket, moo, Sarah hops a lot. Those were childhood nicknames Dad gave me. Each of them has a story, but none of them were very long-lived. The ultimate nickname that stuck with me for an embarrassingly long time was Meatball, because when I was born, my cheeks were big and round like meatballs. Dude, that just reminds me of my brother. Like, my older brother, my dad's, second wife. He was a fat baby, right? so they called him Gordo. Gordo. You know what? I haven't been saying that name in a while, but it means fat in Spanish. I can't really roll my R's. Gordo. Yeah, right? It means fat. Because he was a fat baby. And now he's, what is he? He's 28? No, he's 20... Yeah, he's 28. What the fuck, man? He's 28 and he's skinny, man. He's flaco. He's really skinny. You know what I mean? Like, not to the bone, but he's skinny. And they still call him Gordo. Gordo. Fuck. I haven't said that word in a long time. I call him Fredo. Because, you know what I mean? It's like a nickname for his name that he already has. And I'm not gonna say it. So I call him Fredo, man. It's crazy, man. Nicknames do stick with you. Good thing I've never had a nickname like that. Dad's favorite story to tell was the time I started school. The teacher called "yeah" for roll call, and I stayed silent, so she marked me absent. After she'd gone through the list of names, she didn't call mine. She asked if my name was Gat, and I responded with no, my name is Meatball. I've been called Meatball at home for so long, I didn't even know my real name. That must be the answer. I appreciately type in Meatball into the password prompt. My fingers hover over the enter key before pressing it. The prompt disappears, and a video pops up on the screen. My breath catches in my throat, as Dad looks straight into the camera. There's a dark circle under his eyes, and worry lines above his mouth. His hair sticks up, and at an odd angle, and his clothes are smudged with dirt and oil. He notices the recording light is on, and tries to fix himself up a bit before giving me a weak smile.
The fact that you are watching this now means something must have gone wrong.
Well, yeah, no shit. He sighs, and his voice grows thick.
I'm sorry.
I tried to swallow the lump in my throat, and ignored the sting of tears in my eyes. This isn't the Dad I remember. The Dad I remember had a booming laugh, which took up the room. He was sure of himself, and never had regrets.
By putting this technology in Eagle, I have potentially endangered you. But I don't know where else I can keep it safe. Meteor Energy doesn't fully understand the scope of this research. They're willing to sell it to anyone without considering the consequences.
Did you make a fucking nuke? What the fuck?
Companies which would weaponize this technology will cause irreparable damage. They could create energy explosions 13 times the force of a nuclear bomb.
Okay, Dad, why the fuck did you leave in my core then? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? He sets his jaw and lifts his gaze back towards the camera. His eyes are unusually steady and cold.
That's why I caused the fire. I burned all copies of my research to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. But
what? What the Dad runs his hands through his hair and gestures he would do whenever he was stressed or worried.
It's hard to completely destroy 20 years of research. Especially when this technology could bring so much good.
I hate that so much. Okay.
The possibilities would have been endless. This new format of energy may function similarly to existing methods, but the fundamental principles are vastly different and have far wider scalability implications.
A shadow of his old self returns while he talks, and I catch a glimpse of a genuine smile. Dad was always a bit of a dreamer. Then his face becomes grim.
And that is why this core is sitting in Eagle now.
His piercing gaze stares straight into my soul.
I'm sorry for getting you involved. I'm sorry I couldn't follow through with what I started. But most of all, I'm sorry I wasn't able to tell you this in person.
His eyes looked glassy and glittered too much beneath the light.
I probably don't say this enough, but I'm so proud of who you've grown up to be. I know, if you're watching this, that I've put a heavy burden on your shoulders, but I trust you will make the right decision. My only hope is that you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Dad glances behind him. Something must have spooked him, because when he faces the camera again, he smiles feebly, and his voice is quiet.
Take care of your sister. Goodbye, son.
The video cuts off abruptly. At first, I'm too stunned to move. The image of Dad is smeared in my eyes. He was the same, yet so unfamiliar. As his face slowly fades away, I'm surprised to feel wetness on my cheeks. He knew exactly what he was doing when he hid this technology inside Eagle, and now I understand why I wasn't able to help program the core. I understand why Dad seemed almost obsessive about completing Eagle. It also makes sense why I never noticed a difference between this core and any other core. Dad never matured the technology. But he must have set up the overdrive configuration probably not long before he set the overdrive to only happen once, so I begin to search for answers. His last words ring in my mind. Goodbye, son. He knew the implication of his research and entrusted it all to me through the gear we built together. I glanced over at Eagle, partly obscured by shadows. The darkened blue no longer seems warm and inviting, like the salty spray of the ocean, but feels dangerous and cold like a winter sky. I tried to bring up the video once more so I can hear his voice one more time, see his face, even though it's the not the one I want to remember, but I can't. It was a one-time initiation. As I tried to progress the situation, I don't know what to feel. I recalled Dad's hollow cheeks and the shadow of pain in his eyes. Of one thing I'm certain, I can't keep using the core knowing all this. But what will I do about the research? The problem is I don't know about it. Like, they didn't go into at least a little bit of details. Like, yes, there's bads, but there could be good. But you could say the same thing for a nuke. Yeah, we were in war and we used it, but we could use it for good right now with nuclear energy, you know? And don't get me wrong, there's some problems like Chernobyl, but you just gotta pay attention to the shit. Fuck. No, destroy it. Because if you're saying it could cause, like, you know what I mean, 13 times of a nuke? And modern nukes, not like the atomic bomb, like a modern nuke. Like a hydrogen bomb. 13 times? Maybe like 1 or 2 of those can destroy the planet, so no. Like, really? No. Dude, I have a belief where it's like, we gotta get rid of our nukes somehow. Like, somehow, because, don't get me wrong, it's good for countries to have it so we're not always in war. What is it? The mutual annihilation or something like that, right? Where it's like, no one wants to start war because we have the potential to, you know, destroy the planet. But at the same time, it's like, there's that potential to destroy the planet. You get one bad leader, a dictator, a bad president, or something. Just one guy to press that button. Boop. Ends the whole world. It's fucked up. No, we're gonna destroy this shit. Like, are you kidding me? I stare at Eagle, and a gathering flame burns away the pain in my chest. This technology has already destroyed my family. Dad would still be alive. Mom would still be alive. Nikki would be happy finishing up school with her childhood friends. It's amazing how this one device could wipe all of that away in an instant. I don't even want to imagine what would happen if it fell in the wrong hands. Crawling up the ladder besides Eagle, I open up the cockpit and key in the sequence to access my core. The heat bubbling in my chest rises when I see it. Like a beating heart, it gives off a faint pulse of energy. I open the terminal screen in my cockpit and find the source information for my core. After wiping all the data, I set an impossible run instance. The low glow continues to brighten more and more. After a zapping noise, it becomes an object. As far as anyone would know, the core short-circuited. After After closing the core access panel and exiting the cockpit, I climb back down the ladder. As I stand there, I suddenly feel so tired and so lost. Without thinking, I pull out my phone and dial the first name that comes into my mind.
Brosif, how's it hanging?
And it would be Sho, because I messed up with all the girls. Do you think we can meet?
Oh, sure.
He sounds surprised.
Any place you have in mind?
Where are you right now? I can meet you.
I'm just chilling in my room. Come on over.
Thanks. I'll see you soon. We hang up the phone. As if in a daze, I make my way towards his dorm. Sho greets me with a wide smile, but it drops as soon as he sees my face. He quickly ushers me in. I half-heartedly greet any of his dorm mates we pass before we settle into Sho's room. I sit at his desk while Sho flops on his bed.
What's going on? You seem tense.
Yeah, no shit, man. There's something I need to tell you.
Okay, I'm ready.
My core is gone. Sho blinks.
Gone where?
Nowhere. Just gone.
Like into oblivion.
Yeah. He blinks again before sitting straight up.
Holy crap, your core is gone? That's so messed up! Who would do such a thing?
I did.
Brosif, this isn't time for jokes.
No, seriously, it was me. I destroyed it. He continues to stare incredulously at me.
Why?
I sigh and stare with Sho. All that I sigh and stare with Sho about all that I learned. My story comes out in pieces, and Sho continuously asks questions to help him understand the order of events. Eventually, I finish my story.
Damn, that's intense.
I know. I'm not sure if I did the right thing. I acted emotionally, and maybe I should have taken the time to really think things through.
No way. You were right to do what you did.
You think so?
Without a doubt.
I let out a breath. I hadn't realized I've been holding a huge weight lifts off my shoulder. I haven't realized how anxious I was about this decision until someone else validated my choices.
Your dad might not have been able to make the decision himself, but he was right to trust you. You're like the most logical guy I know.
Fuck, man, I can't read it out. Fuck. It's hot. I grin weakly. Considering your version of logic, that's not too difficult to achieve.
Hey!
He matches my grin.
How are you doing otherwise?
It still sucks. I keep wondering about what could have happened.
I know it's easier said than done, but you've got to let it go. Once you give in to the what-ifs, it's really hard to pull yourself back out.
True. Sho's expression saddens. I wonder if he's talking from experience.
You end up obsessed. You don't even realize what you're doing until it's too late and life passes you by.
He shakes his head.
Then you would have just wasted the life your father fought so hard to give you.
He's right. Wondering about the impossible will only bring more headache. I need to accept what happened. Take what I've learned and move on. I nod. You're right. I can't let what I've learned bring me down. I'm lucky to have a friend who always has my back. In this moment, I have clarity. I don't need to focus on the past because my future is worth exploring, and my friends will be with me every step of the way. And that's how the cookie crumbles. That's the end. Oh look, there's Nikki. Can we skip this? Is there a way to skip all this? I'm sorry. I don't want to skip it, but it's like... No, you know what? Let's watch it for a bit. No, I skipped it. We love to hear and incorporate players' feedback into future projects, so please feel free to let us know your thoughts on the discussion board or in the Steam review. With that formality out of the way, whew, what a ride it's been. For our original supports, thank you so much for sticking with us. For new players, welcome to the PixelFade family. While the adventure of Ace stops here for now, PixelFade is always exploring new options. Please feel free to check out what we are up to at pixelfade.com. Thanks again. ... Still here? There's nothing else. This isn't a Marvel movie where you get a special hidden teaser. I get the feeling I just set an expectation that we will have something after all of this text. Look at the faces. Look, I got nothing, so stop trying, okay? Just press escape or right click on the mouse button and you'll be on your merry way. No. ... Really? Still here? Okay, maybe I might have something to share. Are you ready? Here goes. Oh shit. Fuck my eyes. Ace Academy Supernova. Sorry, that's not actually a thing. Though, I will say, that mock reveal somehow ended up looking pretty cool, low. For realsies though, we are excited about the next visual novel currently in development. Check out pixelfade.com for details. Thanks again for playing. Goodbye. Goodbye? The game ends here for reals? Really? I don't want it to end. Hold on, PixelFade. ... Did you really just ended the game like that? Yes. No, not acceptable. Where's your manager? No, I should do it in that voice like, where's your manager? We're sorry. Ace is a crowded front project, and we did our best to give our research. Now I feel like a dick. Actually, the length ended up almost twice as long than what we initially planned. We stretched out as long as we could. Oh, so if you have more resources, you can have a longer game. Indeed. As an indie team, your support will directly impact the scope of our projects, including future ones. Alright, I'm moderately interested. How do I help? Please feel free to check us out on Patreon. Alternatively, we've been doing crowdfunded on our next project in the future. Please consider pledging then. Okay, thanks for the info. No problem, Gat. Thank you for your consideration and understanding. Have a great day. Okay. That was... wow. Okay. I want to give at least a tiny review because I'm thinking about like going to like depths and like reviewing, PixelFade, you know what I mean? Starting with this game, then the next game, then, you know what I mean? Because these games are really cool, man. Anyway, review time. I love this fucking game. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what it is with PixelFade, right? Like, slice of life, the crystalline fantasy, and Ethereal Enigma kind of fantasy, kind of like, slice of life. Well, mostly slice of life of like fantasy because of Erlen. And County Afterstory, which is like a romance game, basically. It's pretty... oh, fuck, I hit my desk. It's pretty cool, you know what I mean? And like, they have a good way of telling a story and making you invested with all the characters. Even some characters where it's like, I don't really care about you. Like, side characters. Like, like Nikki's friends. I didn't care about them. But it's still fun, you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh my god, you guys love each other. Oh my god. But, you know what I mean? It still makes me enjoy it. then you get really invested with your friends, and even like cameo people, like what was it? We got Simon Cowell, or whatever his name was, you know what I mean? And sometimes I really want to get more references. Maybe I missed some, maybe I didn't, man. But it's really cool. These guys are an indie team, man, and hopefully they could actually be like really great. How do I say, like, you know, like kind of like a big company a little bit. Not too big. You know what I mean? Not big enough where they don't care about, you know, the people playing, but kind of big where they could like pump these out more and, you know what I mean? Make themselves money because they deserve it. Because these games are pretty awesome. Fuck, I keep hitting my desk. I don't know what I'm gonna play now. I'll probably do fillers because like I messed up like a couple times. I should have been more bold. Like I was in like kind of thinner Enigma with Erilyn and Kira. But I wasn't. And we fucked up and we didn't get no one. I was trying to get Cowdy, but I didn't do the right thing. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna play each of like Cowdy's route, Valerie, fucking Mayu, Yuna, and any other routes they are. I gotta double check it, you know what I mean? But for now, this game is good. And I'll get into like more in depth, like with character, with plot, like in another review. So stay tuned. I'm actually thinking about doing reviews like on this channel because it's gaming. Do gaming reviews on like visual novels. And on my other channel, which is voice acting, because I wanted to be a voice actor. Even though I only did one project with someone. It's not out yet, but I was doing a project for them. And I'm thinking about doing an anime review, man. Maybe it gives me an excuse to watch anime. Anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to see whenever I post, and leave a comment. Thank you for a crazy ride, and I hope I see you in the next video. Alrighty then, bye bye.